Hello and welcome back to Pantheon the Geek. You join us for another unboxing video. Blister unboxing rather than an actual box. This is the Blitzkrieg German motorcycle and sidecar. There we go. So this is part of my bolt action German force that I've been building. So you've seen the other videos I put them all together. So there's 3 videos to go up for them. This is the first. And then the force will actually be complete. I'll have everything I have for the standard 1,000 points-ish force. There's a few extra points in there, but that means I can swap a few bits around if I want to. But this is the first of these next 3 videos. So this is the all metal German sidecar. So this counts as an armoured car in the game. It's a cheap armoured car. It's a cheap machine gun. With the reachability, so I'm hoping it performs quite well actually, especially using the Hitler's buzzsaw rule as well. So without further ado, let's get this open. Okay. So boom. There we go. So the large base there. There we go. And we've got this sprue here. We have the gunner there. We have some satchel type things. The heads, the sidecar is there. And then part of the bike is one solid bit. And then we have the driver there. Driver's arms. I think that's all the components. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is tidy all these up because they are literally covered in little bits of flash. So I'll tidy them up, have a look at the models in a bit more in depth and see if there's anything missing or anything that's... it looks fine to me actually, first glance. I can't see anything wrong with it. So I don't think there's anything missing, I don't think there's anything warped or damaged in any way. Look pretty cool. Okay, so I will be back in a moment after I've cleaned them up, taken them off these sprues. To have a look at all the separate parts. Okay, so here are all the parts. So first thing we're actually going to do is put the sidecar together, but the very first thing we're going to do is have a look at this piece here. This is the part that holds the bike and the sidecar together. This is a standard bike, just like the 2-person bike, that's why there's 2 seats on it. So this is an adaptation to turn it into a sidecar. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure this little hole here is not obscured. And this bit here is nice and filed down. There's a lot of flash and stuff around this bit. So I've literally used one of my diamond files, just gone through. This luckily is exactly the same size as this slot, so it made it easier. That bit there which I filed down, there is a little curved bit which that's meant to fit around, but I've actually filed the whole thing off because it was too badly cast. It's not a problem though, because now it's filed off, that'll fit on there anyway. So this is going to be going on at a slight angle, and that back bit's going to go in there and that bit's going to go underneath there where we just filed that. So later when I add it on, that's how I'm actually adding it onto the bike. But before we get to that stage, the first thing we want to do is actually put the sidecar together. I think it's going to be easier this way because of the way the wheel is. So underneath the sidecar I have a little dot, and then we have this gap here. On this, again, we have a little nodule there, and a line, hopefully you can make that out, on this back bit, just there. That bit is going to fit on there, and that bit's going to fit into the little hole, which is underneath the sidecar. So once that's in place, the wheel, we've got 3 little prongs here, and this little axle. The axle will attach into the wheel there, and then we have 3 little prongs on that, 3 little prongs on there. I've also cleaned these up with the file as well, and the wheel will actually fit into there. It's a very tight fit, which is why I'm doing the sidecar first. So the first parts I'm going to stick together are these 3. The under part of the sidecar, and the wheel. I'm going to get those bits together, and then I'll be back once the glue's set. Okay, so there is the sidecar together so far. Next part of this is we're going to stick these 2 packs on. These are kind of optional, but I'm going to put them on here. The larger one goes on the front of this side, the smaller one goes on the front at that side of the sidecar. So I'm going to stick those two on, and then I'll be back. So there we are. Next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to put the bike onto those parts that I showed you. In addition to that, on the back seat, on the second seat, just there, we have this little loopy thing. I think it's just like a handle for someone who's riding on the back actually. That's just going to go on the back, sat straight up. So we'll get those two parts on. Okay, so there we are. Good so far. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to position the driver on. I'm going to sit him in place and I'm going to put the handlebars, I'm going to stick his arms to him. I'm going to leave these guys separate to paint, so the handlebars will be stuck to him and not the bike, but I can set him on there just to get him into the correct position. And then I'll also pick one of these heads to stick on him. In fact, then all that's left to do is stick the other head onto the sidecar driver, and then I'll come back and should be finished actually then. So there we go, there is the finished model. I haven't glued the rider on, or the sidecar rider on. I'm going to paint them separately. Also haven't glued it onto the base, just wanted to put it on so you can see like the scale of it compared to the base. This is a 60mm base. The rider is sat slightly forward. Just bear that in mind when you're putting the arms on. The arms aren't a great fit, I've got to say. I thought the bike would be really complicated and the arms would be pretty straightforward, but I was wrong. The arms are probably the worst fitting part on the bike. Probably the worst cast as well. Everything else in there is really good. The arms don't really matter that much because I can paint over those parts. There's nothing massively detailed on there anyway. But I did manage to bend them into shape. So there it is. My mobile Hitler's buzzsaw, if you will. So there we go. So I thought you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one, in which I'll be doing the Pak 36 anti-tank gun. And hopefully I'll see you then. But please like and subscribe for now. And take care, guys. Bye.